Hello everyone. I am Kavil Jahan. Welcome in. Come on in. We are going to be doing a very simple, relaxing meditation. What this meditation is going to help you do is get really deep into your practice. So even if you're a beginner, you can do this and it will help you with focus, concentration, and just gaining that clarity that you've been seeking. It will also help you quiet down the mind. So there's no such thing as no thinking any thoughts unless you get to a really advanced stage in your meditation practice. There'll be times where you're not thinking and you're in this really peaceful, calm state, and then there will be times where there's just so many thoughts about the past, the future, and actually just trying to figure something out. So anytime there is a decision that you have to make, the chatter, the monkey mind is constantly tick, 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 tick. So what I want to do today is offer this for beginners to intermediate, advanced, at whatever level you might be. What this offers is it brings you back into the beginner's mindset. So if you're a beginner, getting into the beginner's mindset is also very humbling, and more so if you're an advanced practitioner, learning to come back to this practice is also quite amazing. So a little bit before we actually get started with the meditation is that this comes from the Vipassana tradition, where Vipassana means insight, and getting that insight deeper into as you meditate. So where I learned this practice was in Thailand with my monk teachers and through the tradition of Goenka Vipassana, which is extremely strict Vipassana technique, and at the same time it really helps you hone in into getting in really concentrated, really focused on just this one singular thing. And that one singular thing here is our breath. And so a lot of times we forget that if you are in the mind, if you're in your emotions, if you're feeling any physical sensations, the way to relieve any of that stress, anxiety, depression, anything else that's coming to you is to always come back to the breath. Now, coming back to the breath alone isn't going to make you calm. Only when you combine that with coming back to your breath and breathing into your belly and really filling up the belly and breathing in from the belly and breathing out through the belly, and simply within 5 minutes alone you start to see the body relax, the shoulders relax, the shoulders fall, the belly goes in, the spine straightens up. And so the whole intention for this is for the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes, however long you're in this meditation with me, and as I channel it and guide you through it, that if you can just surrender to the process and surrender to the present moment rather than focusing on the past or the future. So it may be difficult, though know that whatever it is that you're thinking about, you can come back to it after this meditation. So it's a beautiful practice to really set an intention that I'm going to be here in this present moment and do as best as I can to be in the meditative state. With that said, what I'd love for you to do is to find a comfortable seated position in a very comfortable space in your home, in your apartment. If you are at work doing this and you just need a break, then put on those noise cancellation headphones where you can only hear me. You can hear the sound of this video, and you could just kind of tune out everything else. Once you have done that, I invite you to close your eyes and just lift up your spine, lift up your hips wherever you might be sitting, on the floor, on a chair, on a sofa. And just lift up your left hip, your right hip, and remove any space from your left or right hip, just like we do in yoga when you are trying to really get into that stretch. And once you do that, Make sure that your feet and your legs are comfortably in a cross-legged position or on a chair, your feet touching the ground. And take a moment here before you even take a deep breath in, is to become aware of your body. How does your body feel? Become aware of where's there tension and tightness in your shoulders, in your arms, in your fingers, in your legs, in your back body. Have you been sitting way too much and working from the laptop and your back hurts? Is there tightness in the hips? Whatever it is, observe. And then once you have observed it and acknowledged where there is discomfort in your body, I want you to take a long, deep breath in through the nose. Fill up your belly first, really let it balloon up beautifully. Let it all come up into your lungs, opening your rib cages, into your heart and chest. And stay here and hold for 3, 2, 1, and very slowly exhale from your mouth. Dropping your shoulders, relaxing your arms, relaxing your spine, releasing any tension from the hips. We want to do this as many times as we can, and I'm going to guide you through all of it. And through each inhalation and exhalation, just really be with the rising of your belly and the breath that you take and the holding at the top for 3 seconds. For some of you, you can do 5 seconds. And then exhaling really slowly and really deeply to hear the sound of your own breath and your voice, and release every time you exhale, to release any of that tension and tightness through the throat chakra, and releasing it from the chest and releasing it from the belly, and then letting it all go down and wash down into the ground. So breathing in again, in through the nostrils, fill up your belly, your lungs, and your chest. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1, and exhale gently. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms, and letting the belly fall. Breathing in again, in through the nostrils, let your belly rise, let the air fill your belly as much as it can. Let it come up your lungs, opening your rib cages into your heart space, going into your shoulders, and now hold for 3, 2, 1, and exhale from your mouth. Relaxing the belly, letting the belly fall. With this method, we're watching the belly rise. Remember, it can be a very subtle rise in your belly. You don't need to push or force your belly to fill it up. When you think, it naturally, automatically, when I say breathe in through the nostrils, into the belly first, that's exactly where you're going, naturally. So breathing in through the nostrils, fill up the belly, the lungs, and the chest. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. listening to the sound of your breath. Breathing in again, fill up your belly, let the belly rise as you fill it up the lungs, into the chest, into the heart space. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1, and exhale gently when you're ready. Now feeling this calm wash over you as you're breathing in and you're breathing out. The focus and the concentration is on the belly, on the breath. With every inhale, take another inhale in, watch that belly rise. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. And watch the belly fall. Breathing in, into the nostrils, fill up your belly, your lungs, your chest. Sip a little bit more at the top. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Making some noise, releasing the inner chaos through your throat chakra. Breathing in again, fill up the belly, the lungs, and the chest. Really take it all in. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. Watch the shoulders relax, chest, feel calm over it, and the belly fall down and enter a deeper state. Breathing in through the nostrils, fill up the belly, the lungs, and the chest. Hold at the top, 3, 2, 1, and very lovingly exhale from the mouth and release. Let the chest fall. Let the belly fall. And feel that calm take over. We're going to do this a few more times. We're going to really feel it not only in the belly but in your heart center, where your chest just drops and relaxes. And then at this point, if you've really been focusing on the breath, breathing in and breathing out, you should be feeling it in your third eye. That's where the magic really happens in this meditation. Your eyelids getting heavier, the middle of your forehead. Take a long deep breath in, filling up your belly, your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, your heart center. And hold at the top. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And stay with this peaceful sensation rising in your heart center. Breathing in again, filling up your belly, your lungs, your heart center, very slowly and lovingly. And hold at the top. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Listening to the sound of your own breath. That subtle movement every time you breathe in. The belly rises. And every time you exhale, your belly falls. Now slowly start to breathe in and out through the nostrils alone, staying with the sensations that are rising in the forehead, in the throat, in the heart, in the belly, in your sacral, in your legs. Keep breathing in through the nostrils, feel the belly go up, just lightly. And as you exhale from the nostril, your belly falls down, just slightly. You're not moving your belly, it's moving with the rhythm of the breath. So breathe in through the nostrils and say belly rising. And breathe out from the nostrils, the belly is falling. Breathing in, belly rising. Breathing out, belly falling. Breathing in, belly rising. Breathing out, belly falling. Breathing in, belly rises. And breathing out, the belly folds. And in your mind's eye, every time you breathe in and breathe up, you just say rising. And every time you exhale, you say falling. Your belly is falling. You can say just rising or just falling. You can say belly rising, belly falling. With a big smile on your face, take a few last deep breaths in and out through the nostrils, watching the rising and falling. Stay with that feeling and sensation as you watch. With every inhale, the belly rises so subtly, so slightly, as if your heart beats. And every time you exhale, it drops and falls and just surrenders. Put a big smile on your face, offer gratitude by placing your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly, offering gratitude for being here, for engaging with your breath, for reestablishing a connection to your breath, for loving on yourself, for taking care of your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. Give yourself a big tight hug and a squeeze. Loving on yourself. And just hold yourself with as much love as you would towards your parents, your partner, your children, your siblings, another loved one, whoever they may be. Hold yourself like you would hold the person you love the most. And then slowly let go of your arms. And begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, swaying your shoulders, your body from side to side, from left to right, front to back, moving your neck, seeing if any tension has released. You could have some neck cracks. Just let them happen naturally as you move your head from side to side, as you move your shoulders. Take a long stretch with arms up into the sky in front of you. And when you're ready, open up your eyes and come back into the space And to close your practice, what you can do is you can journal. You can leave in the comments how the meditation was for you. If it was hard, if it was just uncomfortable, if your mind was wandering, and I'll drop in the comments how you can improve the practice. And sometimes the truth is, it's just one of those days where even if you have been meditating for 10, 20 years, the practice of meditation always brings you into observation, into introspection and reflection. And so just like I do yoga every day, I do meditation every day for the last 5 to 8 years. So for yoga, it's been the last 5 years, going on to 6, and for meditation, it's moving on to 8 to 9 years. And what's happening is there were times when I started my practice, like year 1 month, where I was going into deep, deep states, and I was unlayering and shedding and crying and healing so much. And there were times then months later, year 1, year 2, where it wasn't as deep. And then I needed to come back into the practice by going into an 11-day Vipassana retreat, where it needed to be a much more stricter schedule for me to completely disconnect from the outside world. And I'm grateful that I was able to do that, to always come back. So now every year I do a silent retreat, 10 to 11 days, and if possible, sit longer hours during the weekends, whenever I can, wherever I can, with whatever is going on in the world outside of me and in my world, to find, the connection back to the practice. Because it's not that it gets lost, but it needs to be nurtured and nourished constantly. And some days it's normal that mind's gonna be wandering. Some days the monkey mind is going to take over more and create stories, and other days you'll just get into the practice, and it's within those 5 minutes where you get the clarity, where you make that decision, whether it's a small or big decision. It is that action you get to take from that meditation that comes through. So it is a constant work in progress, and I wouldn't get too hard on myself. There's no such thing as getting into every meditation is not going to be, there's no such thing as a perfect meditation. And so I want to completely remove that from your space, because it's a practice. And what this develops is discipline. It develops coming back to the practice and sitting there, even if it's not great. It develops discipline, it develops determination, it develops patience, it develops loving kindness for yourself. So all these qualities start to get nurtured internally within you, and they start to ooze out externally. And then people start to see this change in you, and you may not even notice it. And then slowly you start to become more responsive rather than reactive. So anytime you see people who are like, well, I don't know, they made this decision, oh, I made this mistake, I acted, a certain way, and now I'm regretting it, I feel guilty, that's because we weren't regulated. You didn't have that space when that reaction was occurring. So we always need that space in between, and that requires, and that comes in through the breath, where you notice it. So now your meditation that you do on the mat starts to show up in everyday life. So every time I ask you to breathe in and really feel the belly rise, and just go so slow, up and down, hold, watch the belly rise, watch the belly fall. It's helping you slow down. When you're slowing down internally and you're seeing this happening, naturally this repetition will really kick in into the subconscious and on a cellular level, and start to show up externally. And so anytime something is happening in your outside world, where let's say your boss is being demeaning or insulting, you can take a step back instead of getting defensive and reacting to that situation. And naturally we all would want to, because we have to protect ourselves, and we get to protect ourselves. And at the same time, we don't need to react to what they're saying or doing, you know. There's a very different way to work through that. And so this offers you, this practice really offers you that slowing down, that discipline, that patience, and that loving kindness. So I hope you really got into the deep meditative states, because I did with all of you. And while I was doing it, it was pouring rain, and I hope you got to hear the thunder and the rain, because we were blessed with such a beautiful weather to really even get into more deeper states. And so with that said, please drop in the comments. You can DM me on Instagram at Kaval Jahan if you need to work through something or need more instruction and guidance. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share these meditations, because this is for you, this is for the community. And the more we all can learn how to release stress, manage stress, regulate our nervous system, work with our emotions, and really get to rewire our subconscious and watch what's happening internally and be okay with that, then yeah, the world's just going to be in a much better place when you are a-okay. When you're great, then everything outside of you is also going to start showing up in the same way. So I'm sending you so much love, so much healing energy, and I will see you soon.